And at this motor show, we are huge supporters of charity, but there is one charity that stands head and shoulders above everybody else in the car community. They wear orange hoodies. There's one being... in fact, sir, would you just do a little catwalk for us? Sachet, if you will.
How's that for you?
I think that's fantastic, sir. Sachet, if you will, from left to right as he supports, because not all heroes wear capes. They do wear orange fleeces and hoodies. So let's do a loud enough round of applause so that sporting bears who are placed over there can physically hear us. So on 3, 2, 1. Louder, 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 louder. And the reason these guys deserve so much credit, I'm going to introduce you to Alan, who's been working with sporting bears for many, many years. Ladies and gentlemen, huge round of applause, please, for Alan. Right, Alan, a lot of us do know about sporting bears, but there's going to be someone here that doesn't. So please tell the newcomers exactly what it is you do.
Hello everyone, Sporting Bears Motor Club's been going for 29 years. It was founded to do something different. Rather than just look at cars and share them, we wanted to make a contribution to society, and we do that by raising money for children's charities. To date, we have raised around £2.3 million.
Come on guys, that's £2.3 million. So Alan, what's fascinating about Sporting Bears is that it's just 100% volunteers.
Yes, everyone's a volunteer. The drivers bring their cars at their own time and cost. They pay for their own fuel, tyres, repairs, everything else. The other volunteers, if you've seen us, there's about 45 volunteers manning the garage, manning the wall, manning the booking desk. They're all volunteers, and they come for this event from all over the country. We've got someone down from north of Aberdeen, we've got someone in from Guernsey, and so it goes on. All at their own time, all at their own expense. So 100% of any donation you make for a ride, 100% will go to the charities.
So just think about that for a second. Now, if you're in the classic car community, you own a classic car, it is a labour of love keeping that car on the road. Fuel, oil, servicing, brakes, pads, discs, and looking at the first car, it's difficult to keep that on the road because it has a bit of a reputation. So this gentleman has donated all of their time, funds, money, even the fuel and insurance is covered by each individual owner. So every single penny that's donated to get a ride in the car is given to children's charities. Alan, have you got any parting message? Because we want to try and drum up some customers, right?
Well, this is obviously the last day of the show. So far we've raised over £90,000 at this show. That's thanks to your generosity. Without it, we couldn't do it. But also the generosity of the organisers who give us the opportunity to do it, and the great support we have from Ant and Mike. We'd like to thank you. If you'd like to pop over, we've got a whole variety of cars, and I'm sure you'll find something you fancy. We give you a 10-mile ride on the road. You can't drive them, unfortunately, because they belong to the drivers and we can't get any driver insurance. So please come and see us. Make a donation, knowing that every penny of that will go to help children.
And you can't say further than that. Ladies and gentlemen, let's clap him off the stage, please. Alan from Sporting Bears. Right, who wants to see some cars? 4 of you want to see some cars. Guys, you're at the wrong show. This isn't like a stage show, there's no dancing. Who wants to see some cars? Of course you do. So we're going to kick off with a 1971 Lotus Europa. This gentleman is called Steve. Look at that. Now, really funny, I've sat in this car. It took me about 3 minutes to get in, but about 8 minutes to get out. Steve, come and say hello to the team. So first of all, tell these good people of the NEC who you are and a little bit. In fact, let's let them see the car. No, you have to. The mic is how it works. So Steve, tell us about yourself and then tell us about your car.
Okay, my name is Steve Jarvis, from Birmingham. Was a teacher, but now retired. And this is a 1971 Lotus Elts Europa. It was developed at a time when Colin Chapman was having a great deal of success in Grand Prix and wanted to bring some of the technology of the Grand Prix design onto the road. He also wanted to break into the European market. So he approached Renault, made a deal with Renault that they supplied the engines. He then took that, installed it in this bodywork, which was originally designed by Ron Hickman, he of the Black & Decker Workmate. And they put it together and started introducing. It was apparently, I've been told, the first production mid-engined car. We beat Ferrari and Lamborghini, but we're not quite as quick as they are.
I love it. There's something, I mean, I'm a huge Colin Chapman fan. I'm a huge fan of Lotus. I love that the top of the roof is around about my belt mark. What is it like to drive this sort of car?
The car is not an incredibly fast car. This one, when it was new, was listed at about 120 miles an hour. It's 105 brake horsepower. It weighs 700 kilos. And obviously with the mid-engine design and the very low centre of gravity, the handling is, it's fun.
It's fun, but that's what Lotus are known for. So how long have you owned the car, sir?
I bought the car in 1979.
The year I was born. You own this car since
thank
79?
you. That makes me feel old.
Have you honestly owned this car since 79?
I bought it in 1979. It was 8 years old when I bought it.
Wow.
But it was...
Can I ask, I think we're all going to, we want to know, right? We want to know what you paid for it? Come on.
I actually sold an MGA to contribute, and I got £350 for the MGA, and I paid £1,800 for this.
This cost you 1,800 quid?
£1,800.
I'll buy it.
Oh, great, I can hear Mike. Oh, there you are.
I'll buy it. And not only that, I've got a question. Have you ever paid to go into a car park in that car?
Of course. I'm a responsible member of society. I always pay my way.
Because you don't have to, you do know that. It's the equivalent of owning a motorbike. You just slide straight under that barrier with that smug face on your...
It would be
that
tempting.
smug look on your face. And that's just incredible.
It is incredible. I've sat in this actual car, right?
Yeah, correct.
I must admit, I'm quite tall. There's a few of you here that isn't for you.
Ripped. You're a little
Save
bit
your money.
tall and ripped.
I like to think I'm maybe ripped. There's a few of you here that this car isn't for you, but there is a lot of you, you know, the more fuller gentlemen. I'm looking at you, sir. Only for the photo, obviously. But this is a fantastic experience. But you want to know how much it's going to cost you? 100% goes to the charity, remember. What's it going to cost someone to get in this car?
Grand total, £15.
A what? I beg your
£15.
pardon. Squeeze me? A what, sorry? Can I hear that again? How much?
15.
So the price of a cup of coffee at the NEC...
And a biscuit.
Well, which one do you go to get coffee and
Coffee
biscuits?
and a biscuit for 15 quid. I mean, I walked through the door, I was weighed off £100, I bought a burger and a can of Coke. That's unbelievable. Unbelievable. £15, ladies and gentlemen, to go into Lotus Europa, and every single penny of it goes to the Sporting Bears, which goes to children's charities. Absolutely incredible. Little heroes wear capes, and this one, he wears a great big yellow Lotus, so give him a big round of applause.
Right, Mikey.
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's
And I'm going to tell you,
the worst horn ever.
And I just went over to Maguire's and announced the car at a show.
What was it?
Oh my God, it's the VW Beetle over there, built by a guy called Lyndon. Me and you're going to go over and have a look at it later. It's insane. The car is insane.
What did you pay for it?
Well, what did I pay for it?
I'm assuming you bought it.
No, I tried to. There's a Mini there, a Porsche 356, got your name written all over it, but the cars are unbelievable. They're just exceptional cars. The best quality cars anywhere in the world.
Wow, that's
They are.
fighting
No,
talk.
it's not fighting talk. I said, me and you, and particularly me, I get to judge a lot of competitions, and I've done it in Japan, Australia, America, of course America, lots. And the quality of restoration here is unsurpassed. It is incredibly high. The rest of the world doesn't even come close. If you've restored a car and it's on the Maguire's Club Showcase, you genuinely have the best looking cars in the world. They really do. They are amazing. They are absolutely amazing.
Well, I've just asked them because we've got quite a bit of Maguire's stuff to give away, so we'll get that in a second. Now, we're staying on the Lotus theme.
Good.
In fact, quite deliberately,
I like Lotus.
we're looking at Lotus Generation. So obviously this car deserves recognition because it was a Bond car. Who knows what Lotus is?
Yes.
You're going to get something free. Who knows what Lotus is?
That's free.
You, sir, what is it?
That's free.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a 1976 owned by Mark. It is a Bond car. It's the right colour as well.
Look at that!
It's the Lotus
Unbelievable!
Esprit.
Give a big round of applause. Yet another guy who's never paid for a car park in his life. You, sir, who said Esprit? You do. Right, you're going to get my... Have you got a classic car? you have. Does it get dirty wheels? Or have this without love? It's the all-wheel cleaner, sir, and that's for you. Well done.
Right, first of all, sir, thank you for your time and dedicating yourself to Sporting Bears. Tell the good people of the NEC your name, who you are, and a little bit about your car.
And if you don't say Bond, James Bond, I think we're going to be disappointed, aren't we?
Yeah, I don't think I'm that good looking, am I? Mark is
no.
the name. Thanks very much. Thanks for highlighting that. It's a
No,
19...
I mean, hold on, but if Daniel Craig had Ronald McDonald as his fitness instructor, come on.
You're seeing Daniel Craig in this one.
Yeah. If he went to the same fitness instructor as me, Mr. Ronald McDonald, could work.
It could be a Bond villain.
Yeah, that one.
Sorry, we digress.
Yeah.
Tell us about yourself first of all.
Yeah, I work in the motor trade, funny enough. I work for Toyota today. So, logically, I own a Lotus. Always wanted one. I'm that age, I saw it in the Spy Who Loved Me, wanted one. It's a 1977 Lotus Esprit S1. Took me until I was 40 to be able to get one. And I've had it 11 years now.
Lotus are hand-built cars as well, so there's not two the same. If you was to, and they're very challenging. If you're going to restore one of these and you take a part out and put a part in, it don't necessarily fit because whoever engineered it and screwed it together at the factory might move the bolt hole 1 mil either way. So they are challenging to restore, and I've done one in the past. But what a great looking car. I remember buying one of those because Ed China really wanted one, and then when I brought it back to the workshop, we couldn't get his left leg inside it. He never actually drove the car once, never actually sat in it. It was so tight inside.
So you say you own the car for 11 years.
Yes.
We're gonna stay on the theme because everybody keeps asking, what's the market doing? How's it looking? Are we in this bubble? Because right now we are at a sort of a peak of a wave. What did you pay for it?
Paid £7,000 for it.
Nice.
£7,000. Mike, what are these doing nowadays?
Well, because the market's flat bombs, I mean, he'd be lucky if he got £8,000 for it right now. That's what I say. So I'd be willing to, I mean, look, I always say the first profit is your best profit. So you might as well just hold out your hand. Let's do a deal right now. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. In my dreams. No, the market. Look, whenever it's a car that's a low volume manufacturer and it's a hand built car, it's always going to have that provenance that goes with it, and it's always going to find a customer for it. The best place to gauge a price for this car is to put it out there on display for the world to see. So a car like this running through something like Silverstone auctions would be a good gauge of where the market is right now, but there are plenty of people in the world desperate to get their bums behind the seat of a Lotus Esprit. So it's going to be an easy sell, a really easy sell.
Okay, so let's go to the driving experience because it's about drumming up some customers. We want to put some cash. So let's go to the money first. What's it going to cost somebody a donation?
It's either 25 or 30 quid. I can't remember off the top of it.
I like that you don't know.
Yeah, it's good.
For a start.
Not very good.
You're not drunk, are you? You're not driving?
Yeah, I am, yeah.
Okay,
well, that
so
makes it more interesting,
So
doesn't
let's say it's about 25, 30 quid. You get that. Every single pound goes to charity. So I know what it takes to keep one of these on the road because it's made by Lotus. And it costs more than 25 or 30 quid, I assure you. Just being here on the stage has probably cost him about 500 quid. So this guy is foolishly giving away his time, his money, his fuel, new pads, new server, new wiring loom, new suspension, new
call to the AA.
Call to the AA, new rings, new bearings, new valves. No doubt the steering's obviously up. I mean, how many times is the steering up? Maybe 4 times. New UJs, new rod ends, new light mechanism. These always go.
Please,
grass.
It's going to cost a few quid.
Yeah. About 8 grand.
Yeah, it's going to cost a few quid. And if you think about it, you know, here today, £25 is nothing. It's the price of a Starbucks coffee out there and a bag of crisps. So why not put £25 in this man's pocket, or not this man's pocket, the Sporting Bears pocket, where every penny will go to charity. Take your camera with you, go and get a selfie, smug look on your face, show off to your friends that they weren't here today when you did something amazing for charity. You actually went to a moving motor show, not a static motor show. Let's fire up. Nice. Sweet.
Lovely, let's
sweet,
wave
sweet.
them off, guys. Say goodbye to the Bond car.
Give him a
Right.
big round of applause. Well done, sir. Thank
We
you
are
very much.
also, and I know you haven't actually seen backstage, you
No,
don't know
no
what's coming,
podcast.
which is nice. I like
Good,
it.
I like it.
We should do it this way.
I'm going to be like one of the members of the audience. I'm going to come back here and enjoy this. I'm going to enjoy every bit of it. You're right, son.
It's got the most
pound it, pound it,
feminine
pound
walk,
it, pound it,
he's a
pound
big
it,
guy.
pound it. Yeah.
He does. He's like sachets. Right, we're
yeah.
staying again on the Lotus theme.
Are we? What is it
Yeah.
like a? What do we call a gathering of lotus? What is it? A loti? Is it lotus? You can't say lotuses, can you? Well, work. It's a plural. So a swarm of lotus. I'll go with that.
I mean, he looks like he's intelligent, so yeah.
Yeah, good. I mean, he's got a tweed jacket on and everything. Owns half of Kent. This man right here.
Has he got red trousers?
He's got
mate?
he's wearing the beige ones today.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, let's put your hands together. We've gone for a couple of old Lotus, but we're now going for something really, really new.
Oh, I'm going to get excited.
This is Andrew, and he is bringing a 2017 Lotus Exige 350.
Oh, no way. I love this car. That car's got 900 brake horsepower per ton. Look at that car. Give him a big round of applause.
Those of you that heard my story yesterday, I was cut out of an Elise by the fire brigade, thank you guys, when I managed to roll it, because these things are seriously, seriously quick. Just stand to one side, Andrew. Let the public soak it in. And while they do that, just tell us a bit about yourself and a lot about your car.
I'm Andrew Lake. I'm also treasurer of the Sporting Bears. I'm an accountant by profession, so I thought I'd like a boring car to drive around.
Wait a second, we've got the guy who controls the money, so we're going to get here first hand, because I heard earlier from Alan, how much has this charity raised so far?
Over £2.3 million since
Yeah!
we started in 1989.
And I've heard today we're doing quite well.
Yeah, I haven't heard the latest total, but this weekend we're certainly well over 20,000. We hope to get to over £30,000 by close of play today.
Well, but this is incredible. So why did you go for, because let's be honest, you look quite boring.
Thank you.
You're an accountant.
Yep.
I mean, you actually sound boring as well.
Thank you.
I'm
work
tired,
with
guys.
him
I'm jet
every
lagged.
day.
It's day 3. I'm never going to see him again. So, why did you go for this?
Well, I've actually had a Lotus Elise for 16 years, 3 different versions, starting with a 1600 Rover engine one. My last, I actually also was cut out of an Elise about 7 years ago.
Congratulations. Was it Steve at Waltham Cross Fire Engine?
Not quite. I had a very pretty lady firefighter with one of the team that cut me out. So when I was dragged out, there was this lady firefighter with a nice crisp white T-shirt. I thought I'd gone to heaven.
Oh, what happened? I'm interested now. Tell us about the...
I got hit by another car. It was a head-on collision about 100 miles an hour. Totally their fault. The car flipped over. I broke my arm, and that was it. I got dragged out after they had to cut me out the car, but I survived. There was no damage to the chassis of the car, so I thought I'd go out and buy myself another one, and went and bought myself a supercharged version with even more power.
So this is fascinating because I also crashed an Elise, a V-Reg one, a red one. Avoiding at 2 o'clock in the morning, I avoided a milk float with no lights on, doing 7 miles an hour. I was doing 70 on the inside lane. Saw it last second, turned, hit the central reservation and rolled, and the screen ended up about here. Put my hip out, knocked me out, and I remember coming round and the windscreen was completely smashed to bits, but the alarm was going off, and through the windscreen I saw a fireman pull a load of wires out, the alarm stopped, and he just went and that was it. And genuinely, I said it yesterday, that Lotus saved my life. It saved my life. And it sounds to me like...
I've seen pictures of the car, and I went to see the car afterwards. I couldn't believe I got out of it, so I thought, it's strong enough, I'm going to have another one.
Perfect.
I had that one for 7 years, and last Saturday I drove down to Williams Automobiles and picked this little beauty up.
But this is new.
Yes, I've only had it 8 days.
Which means he's not ready. He doesn't really know the car well. So who wants to get in with Steve, the 100-mile-an-hour head-on accountant, and risk your life, knowing that you'll probably make it? How much is it going to cost someone to go out with you?
The princely sum of £35.
Never.
35.
Seriously.
Only £35.
And Steve, you know, because I'm going to be presumptuous now, you're an accountant. This is advice, it's professional advice. Is there any sort of tax savings for a charitable donation? There must be.
You can get gift aid on charitable donations. So you can, if you can gift aid it, you will add another 25% on top of that £35. Or rather, the government will add another 25% on top.
Ladies and gentlemen, can we put our hands together for the NEC's most boring man? Steve, thank you so much for being
I don't think Steve's boring. I think Steve is a superhero. Just £35 to go round the block with Steve in his car, as long as he promises not to talk and just enjoy the car. Absolutely brilliant. Steve,
Right.
thank you for bringing it in.
Hide your eyes.
I'm going to hide my eyes. I think there's something else coming up that's going to be pretty tasty. Very exciting indeed.
Right. I met this chap backstage. His genuine name is Moss.
Moss, really?
M-O-S, yeah,
Cool.
his name is Moss. Can you hear it?
Yeah, that sounds just...
Give
Let
it a
me just
little
say
rip
what
for
it
us,
sounds
Moss.
like.
Moss is bringing out a 1967.
I bet that's a V8. It sounds like a Mustang to me. Yes! Yeah, oh my God, same as mine! It's identical to mine.
Leave it running, leave it running. Just give us a little blip.
Oh, yeah, baby, yes! Now that's what it's all about. Give him a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. See, me and this guy have got the same sort of fascination. My car's almost identical to that. I bought a 1967 Mustang Fastback. After we restored one on Wheeler Dealers, I fell in love with the car and had to have one. They're just mesmerising cars. They just look so purposeful and angry from every angle. And 67 for me is the sweet spot. Is when they changed the shape of the car. It got more muscular, it got more power. You got the vents on the side as well, and that fastback look is just absolutely iconic and incredible. I love my car. I absolutely love it. I am thinking of parting with it though, because I want it to be enjoyed by somebody else. But I know what it costs to look after, run and maintain one of them. So you, sir, are a hero.
Moss, introduce yourself to the good people of the NEC. Tell us a little bit about you, but mostly a lot about your car.
Hi everyone, I'm Moss. I run a restaurant business called Las Iguanas. We've...
Obviously one person's eating there.
Yeah, don't boo, please. And I bought this car 4 years ago. I wanted one when I was about 11 years old. Like many Mustang owners, it was probably the film Bullet that turned my head. It took me 40 years to achieve my dream.
Liar.
I know, I've had a hard life. So here it is, it's a 1967 original GT. We picked it up at a bankruptcy auction in Texas, and we got it over, and we found it got a 351 Windsor in it, which was a bit of a bonus because we thought we were buying one with a 289 in. So, and here it is, and I've been part of Sporting Bears now for 2 years.
Well, congratulations, and thank you so much for your dedicated time. Now, Mike's absolutely right. Maintaining and keeping one of these cars on the road is expensive. Plus, it's not that economical.
No.
And you swallow the fuel bill.
We do. I've probably we've been quite busy with this car this weekend. I've probably, by the end of today, we've probably gone through about £350 worth of fuel.
Good man.
Oh,
Good
give him a
man.
round of applause, people.
You are a bloody hero, sir. A real proper hero. You really are. And that's to put a smile on people's faces so they can come here, enjoy this car, this guttural car, and it really is intoxicating. I urge you, he's going to be popular all afternoon, I know he is, but there's something about an American V8, it's not like a Jaguar V8 or an Aston Martin V8, there's something about one of these, they almost hurt you when you put your foot down, it pushes you, so your insides get squished a little bit, and they are just mesmerising, they're intoxicating cars, they are. I love my car, and it's one of those cars that when you, and I know you do the same, when you park it up and you walk away, you always look back at it
and turn round.
You do. You can't help yourself. I always have to look back at my car when I leave. How much is it going to cost for me to have a go in your car this afternoon?
It's £70 for a journey, but we've only got 2 slots left when we came in, so...
Only 2 slots?
Only 2 slots left, so you need to get over.
70 quid to come and burn 100 quid's worth of fuel.
Correct.
Yes, you want to have a word with that boring accountant guy, because that's not working out for you, is it? But yeah, if you want to go and blow 100 quid's worth of squirt this afternoon, then pay 70 quid to this fine chap here, and he will give you the ride of your life in what is one of the most iconic cars ever.
Right, Moss, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen,
Thank you.
Can we please clap every one of our volunteers, people that give up their classic cars, their time, their money, their fuel, just to support children's charities. And let's be clear, this is Hall 5. Sporting Bears is right there by that open entrance. If you get an opportunity... I got nothing to say. If you get an opportunity, get in the car and get over there. Now, before we go over to the next bit, and I know we're running about a minute behind, we've got 4 free stuff, so I'm going to give 2 of them away now. Who here has